So I am learning how to use my watercolors and my markers and doing that for my line art. And I have never really used Copic markers or high quality watercolors before. The last thing I used was like Crayola watercolors back in like middle school, I think. So I have been doing some art and then I'm coloring in with Copic and then watercolors. This is my Marigold bunny. It was supposed to be out for October, but I did not get there in time because I was lazy and had other things to do. This is my marker version, so I'm going to walk you through how I do my watercolor version. Eventually, what I'd like to do is get a good setup so I can have my little tripod holding the camera and I can tell stories while I actually paint. So you can see the thing and I can speed it up and kind of do a voiceover maybe or something like that. I'll just kind of be showing stages at this point. My tripod I got is just too short to really record much while I tell stories, but I have a ton of fun ghost stories I would like to tell, like real life ghost stories and things that happen to me and just weird stories and funny stories. And it'd be a good time to do it is like while I'm doing my art. I might just tell them regardless, but we will see. We will see. I have successfully drawn it on my watercolor paper. Now I get to ink it with my pens. And my cat judging me while I do it. Oh, she's taking a bath now. That's her toy that she brought up because I was downstairs eating breakfast, and if I go anywhere, she gets upset and yowls and complains and brings little toys into the bed. Huh, Kali? You got your mouse? Yeah. Cute. Okay, back to this. No distractions. Not even cute kitty distractions. Despite your best efforts, I will get this painting done. Alrighty, I'm done inking it. So, I know that I dated it 2020, and that's because that's when I drew this design. So I keep the date that I created the design, and I don't like update the date when I this one I'm going to paint, and the other one I did with Copic marker. So I don't change that date, because I want to know the date I actually created the drawing itself. Because I will do sometimes multiple paintings or color palettes and things to see what I like the best sometimes. And I don't always know which ones I'm going to keep. This one I've already experimented on. So I do know that I am going to keep the color palette I went with for my watercolor painting. And you can see it's not like when I ink, I don't always go exactly over my pencil lines. It's just more of an idea. So every time I paint or do it, they look the same, but they're actually slightly different. Like, I bet you I have made completely different petals on the insides of these and such. Probably this big one is roughly the same, but these little ones are a little different. The fur is all going to be a little different. So this one won't be exactly like the other one I just did. Oh, stretchy toes. Oh, we missed the stretchy toes. She's still there. This didn't take me all that long. So now I gotta get my watercolors and paint this. Well, here's how my painting's coming along. I messed up right here quite a bit, so I'm going to clean that up. When I go to scan these in, I make a digital copy, and then I can go in and clean up this for my prints. But that just happens sometimes. I mean, I'm still learning. This is only like my 4th or 5th watercolor painting, so I'm gonna make mistakes, but I think the colors are coming out really nice and similar to this one. Not exactly the same, because markers And watercolors are a bit different, you know. Got the bunny done, and then I've got the base on the flowers going. But my paper is starting to, you see it's starting to ripple and poof up because of the water differences. And this is very expensive watercolor paper, and I have not found a paper that will just stay flat, so I don't know. And I've tried like there's like a method where you like tape the water paper down so it can't do that as much, but I haven't found it make any difference at all. So whereas I have found a good marker paper that doesn't bleed. It does go through. It says it won't bleed through, but it does. But by bleed, I mean like this orange won't like spider web out and go outside of the black and things like that. So I can be accurate with that. So that's where we are now. I need to find my tripod so you guys can watch me paint and I can tell stories. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, and this is the watercolors I use. Schmink? I don't know. Supposedly they're really good. I haven't used other watercolors besides these in Crayola, so I don't know. But yeah. There is my palette. Got all my yellows. Oh, and this is not how the palette came. I changed these based on how I like my colors. I have a weird little rainbow system. I start with whites and yellows, then move to oranges, then orange reds, then pinks, then purples, then blues, then greens, blue greens, then browns, then blacks. That's just how I've always set up my crayons, my markers, my paints since I was a tiny child. It is not Roy G. Biv. I do not care. This is what makes me happy, and it's like what helps me know where all the colors are. It's just what I like. But yeah, supposedly these are really good. Everybody who I've talked to who's a watercolor artist has really recommended this brand. I don't know how to say it, but they have been nice. They're nice, and if you see, they're very vibrant, and I'm probably doing them a great injustice because I am a newbie and am bad at this right now. I'm still doing mistakes like this. I'm trying. But I mean, I gotta practice with them or I will never learn how to use them. But I'm fairly comfortable with the Copics now. It's taken me a while, but yeah, I'm getting comfortable with the Copics and I'm getting more comfortable with the watercolor paints. So I've done the flowers. Clee, no. Do not step on my watercolor. Why do you step on everything? So I've done the flowers. This is still a problem. I tried to wet it and like take up the pigment, but I've lightened it some, but it's not going away. So yeah, this I'll have to remove later. Or I could go in with like whiteout or something before I scan it in. So that's where we are. It's my Copic one. So now I just have to do the greens and we're good. Yeah. And I'm not trying to match like the dark areas on this one. I'm not trying to match the dark areas that are on this one. I like to do them differently. So, yeah. It's going good so far. Oh, I have ink on I have paint on my nail. Woo! Okay, I'm all done painting. You can see where that's wet, where I'm still so hard at attempting to lift this pigment. It's not gonna happen. But here is the Copic one. Here is the watercolor one. Which one do you guys like better, huh? And I will show a picture at the end of my other bunnies that I have. The lines version and the Copic version and the painted version. I think I'm going to take a break on this series for a while and do, I have one commission I have to do, and then of a hummingbird, and then I want to do, probably after that I'll do a bunny, and then I will do something else and just do the bunnies in between. But I have a bunch of these bunnies already like line art, but I haven't like colored them in. It takes a lot of time for me to do these because I have to really be in the mood, and I'm in a different mood when I want to watercolor. I'm in a different mood when I want to paint. I might just get a bunch of these done on the paper, and then when I feel in the mood, it's already inked, because I like inking. Inking's my favorite part. So I might just ink them all on the correct paper and then just have them around for when the mood strikes me. That might be a better way of doing it. There's my Copics. That's what I have for Copics. Put these rubber bands on because I really like the cases they come in. I actually didn't buy the sets. I bought all the Copics individually, but I did find cases for sale that are just the cases that they do typically come in, or really similar ones. But they really should, for markers this expensive, especially if you buy it by the case, they should put like some kind of strap, you know, or some way to secure the lid, and they don't. So this lid just falls off. And so it's really a pain in the butt if you're like traveling or something. But I really like how this, I can organize these and things like that. So I bought myself these two cases, and I'm slowly filling this one up. But, you know, like every paycheck or so, get like 1 or 2 Copic markers. Or I usually get them for my birthday and holidays and things. But yeah, so end of the Marigold bunny. It was supposed to be out for October. It was not out for October, but it will be there for next October. Yeah.